Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Sir Meerkat, and welcome back to the Moto Meerkat channel. So today, it's time for the 5th episode of my F1 YouTuber Hotseat series. Now, if you haven't seen the previous episodes of this series, I'll make sure to leave a link to the playlist down in the description, or I'll put a little annotation card somewhere up here so you can go and have a binge of the rest of the episodes. But if that is the case, and you haven't seen any of the previous episodes, then I shall run through how this is going to work. So the game show will run like this. Each episode, I'm going to have one of your favourite F1 YouTubers on to test how good their knowledge of the sport really is. So the show is actually split into 4 rounds. For the first round, we start with a relaxed multiple choice round, where the respective YouTuber has a 33% chance of getting the answer correct, so no excuses there. Then we move on to the picture round, where we see if they can recognise F1 cars from various eras. Thirdly, we've got the quickfire round, where the YouTuber has 90 seconds to answer as many questions as they can correctly. And then the final round, since it is my game show, the last round centres around me. That shows if you really are a loyal subscriber to the channel, even if I've never actually disclosed any of the answers before, but we'll forget that, So today, attempting to top the leaderboard is one of the loveliest F1 YouTubers. It is Mike from F1 Fanatics. How are you doing today, mate?
I'm very well, mate. Thank you for the nice intro. I'm looking forward to this. I've got my Hotseat on today because I feel it could either go really well, like 2018, or really awful, like 2019. So this will be quite fun, I reckon.
Have you signed a Rich Energy deal for today's video?
Yeah, with him, Story and me, we're great pals. Great pals. It's going to be sponsoring the channel, F1 Fanatics, sponsored by Rich Energy.
I can't wait to see that. So Mike was actually one of the first people to get in touch and chat with me when I first started making videos only a few months ago now, which is just a bit mad. It feels like ages ago. We were just talking off call, and it just feels like so long since we've been in lockdown. But he's genuinely one of the loveliest blokes ever, and I also know that he's very, very knowledgeable about Formula 1. So I thought, why not get him on the show and let's see how he can do. So are you ready, mate? Josh Ravel topped the leaderboard last week. Do you think you can get a step above him?
I was going to say, you just set me up to fail there. Really knowledgeable guy, so he's going to get everything right.
Everyone's going to be expecting it now, mate.
Should I do the classic, just going, if I just beat Tomo, I'll be happy.
Use those
no offence to Tomo, I have no idea. I think it's just luck of the draw which questions you decide to pull out the bag this week.
That is true. It is very down to how nice or mean I've decided to be. But without further ado, let's get into the quiz. So, for the first round, we got the multiple choice round. We got 5 questions, each with 3 possible answers, and 1 point for each correct answer you get. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go, mate. Let's go.
Sweet, let's do this. So, for the first question, what is the name of the only woman ever to score a point in a Formula 1 Grand Prix? Is it A? Okay, firstly, before I read out the possible answers, I might mispronounce every single one, so I apologise before I say these. But is it A, Davina Galisa, B, Leila Lombardi, or C, Giovanna Amati?
It's going to be a stab in the dark in this one. I've completely gone a blank on this, so I'm going to go with B.
So he's saying B, Leila Lombardi, and he is correct. Well done there. Well done there, buddy. 1 point on the board. A little guess to begin with, I like that, but managed to get the point anyway, well done. On to the second question. Out of the 21 races held in the 2016 season, how many of those races did Mercedes manage to win? Is it A, 17, B, 18, or C, 19?
It was a hell of a lot, so I mean that's for obvious there. I'm going to go with A for this one, 17.
Going with A, 17. I'm afraid that's incorrect, mate. It was actually C, 19.
19, was it really that many? That is crazy. Unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely mental. But hopefully the 2022 rules and regs will hopefully mean that can't happen again. On to question number 3. What ex-Formula 1 driver uttered this now famous quote? You can only get over your fears if you attack them head on. Was that A, Michael Schumacher, B, David Coulthard, or C. Mika Hakkinen?
It sounds like something that Mika Hakkinen would say, so I'm going to go with C, Mika.
That is correct, mate. Well done.
He's a very philosophical guy, I think, Mika, so it kind of sounded something that he would kind of come out with.
A 420 blazer kind of man.
Exactly, mate.
What Formula One team had to crowdfund money to be able to attend the final race of the 2014 season? Was it A. Virgin, B. Caterham, or C. Marussia?
I'm convinced this one's Caterham, so I'm going to go with B, Caterham.
Another solid one there, mate, and another point.
I always get mixed up with those teams who are just kind of crumbling at the back of the field. It's just like they were all struggling financially.
They're all in a similar boat, weren't they? To the final question of the first round. How many grooves did the dry weather tyres have in Formula One until 2008? Was it A, 3 grooves, B, 4 grooves, or C, 5 grooves?
A, 3 grooves. I'm trying to picture it in my head.
Well, your picture is incorrect, mate. It was actually B, 4 grooves. So I think it was until 2008 they had 4 grooves, and then from 2008 they had 3 grooves until, I'm not sure what year, they decided to just completely run slicks.
That was, damn, 1 out on that one. That was a close one.
1 out.
I got a right picture in my head. I just put the wrong year to the wrong time.
Yeah, getting mixed up with the pictures, mate. But no, solid effort. 3 out of 5 again for the first round, same as Josh. So we're on a good trajectory. But he was pretty disappointed with 3 out of 5 in the first round. But I had to tell him no. That was pretty good, mate. How are you feeling after that one?
I'm feeling pretty happy with that one, especially as a couple I clutched from the bag. I wasn't too sure. I kind of made an educated guess on.
That's always the best way, mate. Educated guess is good, and it's worked for you. We'll move on to the second round. So for this round, we've got 5 cars from F1's past. So I'm going to need to know from you the manufacturer, the year that car competed, and what position it finished in the championship in that year. So for each one of those that you get correct, you'll get a point. So 3 points up for grabs for each car. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go, mate. This is the round that I go. I think I'll probably be the weakest on, so it should be.
I try and mix and match the years evenly between each episode, so I'm not too mean on someone. So hopefully they're okay. But good luck. I will send the first one through to you now.
It is the Lucky Strike, and I think they were BAR still at this point. Gonna go 2003, finishing 6th.
1 out of 3 for that first one, mate. You are correct that they were indeed BAR still, but that was the 2002 BAR, so 1 year out, and they actually finished 8th. So didn't do particularly well.
It wasn't a great move from Jacques Villeneuve.
100%, 100%. And 1 out of 3 for the first one, mate. You said you were going to be a little bit weak, but you picked up a point.
I'll
matters.
take that. If I get the car manufacturer, I'm happy on that front. The rest will be a gamble.
Okay, good. Well, I can guarantee that you're going to get the manufacturer for this one, mate. So don't you worry. I've been nice to you.
Okay, so this is a Renault.
Yes, well done.
Okay. Slight giveaway there. It's one of the early 80s ones, 1981, and it finished 3rd.
Again, 1 point for that one, mate. You
got
the
my one
Renault.
in the bag. I'm happy.
You got the Renault, so that's fine. Don't worry. But it was actually the 1979 car, so not quite the early 80s, but again very, very close with the year. And I heard you were talking about positions, and you went and I was like, oh, and then you went 3rd, but they actually finished 6th. Right, I'll send you the 3rd car through now, buddy. Bit of a toughie, this one.
Yeah.
And by toughie, I mean the name of the manufacturer isn't plastered across the side of the car.
Exactly. That's what's throwing me, mate. What have you done for me? I'll go for a Ligier, or maybe it's Tyrrell. I don't know. Which one are you going to say? I'll go Tyrrell, just to kind of go something different. And 1991, and finished 5th.
Oh, mate, 0 points for that one, buddy. So it was actually a March.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it's an interesting blue for the March to have. But actually, I think it's quite fit, to be honest. I quite like that blue.
Yeah, no, it's a real nice livery. I just had.
It looks pretty nice.
Completely
and For the year, oh my gosh, you were so close. It was 1992.
Oh no, it looked so much like the Williams Mansell's one, but I wasn't sure whether it was 91, 92.
And they actually finished 9th, being a March, so didn't do very well at all.
No, I'm really overestimating. I'm being positive for these cars, aren't I? And just kind of going, they're doing really well, and it's like, no, they were terrible.
More of a modern one, this one, so hopefully you do find it a little bit easier, but enjoy that one.
Well, that is a Lotus. I think it is the 2012 one. I'm going to go 4th.
Back to 1 point there, mate. You got the Lotus. Very well done with that. Again, it is on the car. Admittedly, you can't see it from that photo, but I'm glad you did remember it was a Lotus.
That's one of the most memorable liveries, I think, from the last decade.
Yeah. It was actually the fact you're so off makes me think that I'm hoping that the car isn't wrong. But I've got it down as the 2015 Lotus.
Oh my god. Yeah, makes more sense. I think that's Pastor Maldonado in the car as well.
And they actually finished 6th. So again, you're overestimating how good the teams are.
Well, I think that the year I thought it was definitely throughout where it would finish, because 2015 they'd completely dropped off by then.
Final car of the round. Again, it does say the team on the car, so hoping for 1 point at least for this one, mate.
Benetton. Look, I've found the name.
Well done. It's like a word search.
It might be 1990. I'm going to go 5th on this one.
1 point again, mate.
Yes.
1 point again.
There we go. Get my manufacturer. At least the names are on the side of the car. Otherwise, I think I adequately predicted that this would be my worst round.
Yeah, you did predict it, mate. So fair play to that. Should I give you a point for predicting it?
Yeah, I think so. Bonus point. No one can complain about that. It's legit.
As you said, was the Benetton. It was actually the 1988 Benetton. So through the whole thing, you're getting so close to the years, mate. 1 or 2 out on a lot of them.
The only one I probably should have got was the Lotus, I reckon. From there, the rest I was like, all over the place.
It actually finished 3rd, the Benetton did.
The first, I knew this was going to happen. The one that I kind of was like, I think they did all right. Okay, but no, they're definitely done worse. They actually did all right. So,
actually quite well, yeah. So not having
solid
the best
4
of times
from that round.
Mate.
I think solid 4.
Well, I think the statement from earlier of we're trying to beat Tomo is standing now.
Brilliant. Okay, strong. It's the quick fire round here. I've got to recover. Here we go.
Yes, mate. Quick fire. You can't sit there and be thinking about it too much. You just gotta go straight out for the answers. So, as you said, for round 3, we've got the quick fire round. So the goal is you're going to need to answer as many questions as you can correctly in 90 seconds. If you don't know what the answer is, you can pass and I will move on, but you cannot go back to a question I've already asked. Also, something I've forgotten to mention previously is that if you do know the answer before I finished reading out the question, feel free to shout it out. Don't feel bad interrupting me, that's all good. And you get 1 point for each correct answer. And as I've said to everyone previously, I'm hoping that you don't skip a lot of the questions because I'm going to run out. So have a good go at them, mate.
Okay, mate.
So 1.5 minutes on the clock. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready, mate.
Okay. We will start in 3, 2, 1. With which team did Lewis Hamilton win his first World Championship?
McLaren.
Correct. What thing are many races on the 2020 calendar being held without due to COVID-19?
Fans.
Correct. Which team won 15 out of 16 races in 1988?
McLaren.
Correct. Who did Ayrton Senna famously punch after the 1993 Japanese Grand Prix?
Nigel Mansell.
Incorrect. Eddie Irvine. Who is the last F1 team name to have left the sport?
Lotus.
Incorrect. Toro Rosso. Who caused the huge pile-up at the first corner at Spa in 2012?
Roman Grosjean.
Correct. In what year did the FIA make it illegal to oh my goodness, have it changed the time? Okay, we're moving on. What nationality are the Haas F1 team?
American.
Correct. How many World Drivers titles did Fangio win?
5.
Correct. Finish the quote. Is that?
Glock.
Correct. In what team did Michael Schumacher win his first world title?
Benetton.
Correct. What does the yellow and red striped flag mean?
Caution.
Incorrect. Slippery surface. Who died alongside Ayrton Senna at the 1994 San Marino Grand Prix weekend?
Ratzenberger.
Correct. And since I messed up that question earlier, I will give you one final one. What knocked Hamilton, Rosberg and Raikkonen out of the 2012 Canadian Grand Prix?
Oh. A car?
I mean, that's, yes, but I need a bit more specific than that.
Does the ambiguous one not work? Felipe Massa.
No, it was actually Hamilton that caused it, and they crashed in the pit lane under the red light. So yeah, sorry, but I don't know what. I'm going to go back and look at this question. What have I written? In what year did they make it to? Oh, drastically! How did I read that wrong? I was so getting caught up with it, and then I saw the timer was going down. I was like, no.
I think I was happy with that. I thought that went all right.
That was really good. Really, really good, mate. You've clawed back a lot of points there. So for this final round, it's all about me. So how much do you think you actually know about Sir Meerkat, mate?
You got a cat named Bob, haven't you?
No.
No, he's called Brian. That was a private joke that we had before. Well, I've just affectionately named him the street cat named Bob because he's a ginger top.
You knew that, so there is hope that you can get a point here.
But that question was given to Josh last week, and I was like, no!
So are we ready to go?
I'm ready to go, mate.
For the first question, do I play my video games mainly on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, or PC?
I'm gonna go with Xbox One.
That's correct! The first ever person to get a question correct in the fourth round. Your biggest life achievement there, mate. Well done, well done.
I've cracked it. Clearly, I'm a true fan.
So, in the little intro for this round, you were talking about Brian and that you knew his name, but how many years old is Brian?
Oh my god, I'm not a Scooby. I'm gonna go for 8.
Oh my goodness, mate. So close. He's 7 years old.
Isn't he? If you round it up, does it go to 8?
I'm afraid there's no rounding going on here, mate. What racing wheel do I own?
Well, I know what it looks like. You got a proper seat there. A Logitech G920.
Oh, mate. So close. You're on brand with the Logitech, but it's a Logitech G27.
I feel like I get a half point for this. Is there half points available?
Oh, do I? Do I give you a half point for Logitech? Because I feel like in other ones I would have been that nice. Yeah, why not? It'd be quite funny. We'll give you a half point there for Logitech, mate. And you've got 17 and a half points, meaning you're in 4th place in the championship. Well done. How do you feel?
I feel good, mate. I feel good. I knew my weakest round is not the best round to be weakest on, considering it's the most points you can probably get in a round. So that hurt me. But so I think I did pretty well in all the other areas.
Yeah, you did well, mate. You did well. Yeah, the game show isn't weighted particularly fairly, I can't lie. But that is why it's a game show made by a YouTuber with 1,000 subscribers. It's not got a huge budget and I don't really care. So, you've gotten unlucky there, mate. And
yeah, mate, own it. This is your quiz. You do what you want, mate.
I can do what I want, mate. I can do it however I want. If I wanted to give you 10 bonus points so you got to the top, I could. But I'm not that nice, so you can do one, mate.
Cheers, mate. I was hoping that. It was what I was going for. I was like, come on, the 10 bonus points. Come on.
To be fair, solid effort from you there. 17 and a half is still a very, very solid score. And as I said at the start of the video, Mike has been supporting me since I started my YouTube journey very recently, and I would consider him a good mate of mine. Hopefully he feels the same. But his content is super interesting. You got all different types of stuff. You got Motorsport Manager, like gaming type stuff, and you got just like the unbelievable plethora of stuff on his channel is mad, and how passionate he is about the sport just makes you really get involved with his videos and enjoy them. So make sure you click the link in the description and drop him a little sub. Have you got anything to say about it, mate? You got a few seconds to shout out your own channel?
Mate, no, thank you very much. I thought that was very kind. The motorsport actually switched to Twitch recently. We're switching that because that's the kind of gaming world, Twitch. I'm very naive to that, but I feel that's better. But yeah, I think we just kind of talk F1 lots. The F1 Worldwide podcast, which obviously yourself came on a few weeks, I think that's kind of quite mainstay, where we just sit down for an hour and have a chat about F1 or something. But guys, definitely subscribe to Motor Meerkat as well. He is an absolute fantastic YouTuber, coming up with lots of kind of fun ideas, and I think he really brings an enjoyable element and infectious videos that you just enjoy sitting down and watching. So mate, thank you so much for having me. I've really enjoyed this.
I was actually on Mike's channel the other day now, but mad, it feels like ages ago. But I will make sure to leave the link to that in the description as well. Obviously the best episode that you've recorded, isn't it?
Oh, clearly, mate. Clearly, just no one comes close.
Obviously. But yeah, as we said, thank you so much for being on the channel, mate. So much fun. I had a good laugh, and thank you everyone for watching the video. If you did enjoy me grilling Mike, make sure to drop a like down below and let me know in the comments who you'd like to see in the next episode. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and to the F1 Fanatics boys, of course, and hit the bell for notifications so that you don't miss another episode of this series. But again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see all of you meerkats later. Goodbye, guys.